Hi, in this video, we'll walk through how to use styles, a unified styling system for managing your project's appearance on Tilda. With styles, you can set up styles for your website's color palette, typography, as well as buttons and button icons, which makes it easier to maintain consistency site-wide. The styles can be assigned to elements in both standard blocks and zero block. When you update a style, all elements with this style applied are automatically updated across the entire project. No need to edit or reassign the style in the block. Let's take a look at how to set up and apply styles to make your project consistent, easy to manage and update. Say you run an online store that sells lamps and want to refresh its design, but don't want to manually choose colors and fonts every time you make an update. Let's go to Site Settings, Colors and Styles, and click Manage Styles. Here we can add colors, typography, and buttons, as well as upload, download, or delete all styles. First, let's add a new color style for the website. I'll enter the hex code and name it Brand Color. I will use it for labels, block backgrounds, and other elements. Similarly, let's add a color style for elements and icons, as well as an accent color style. How do you apply these style presets on your website? In the page editor, go to the settings panel of the block and select the element you want to update. For example, the background color. In the pop-up, switch to the Project Styles tab and choose the style you need. In zero block, you can also use these styles to set the background color of a block or an element. Now let's add a typography style. Click Manage Styles, select Create Typography Style. I will name it Heading Style. Here you can set the text color from scratch, choose from saved colors, or pick one from the color or gradient library. I'll set the font size to 40 pixels, choose Arial, keep the weight as normal, set the letter spacing to 1 pixel, and make the text uppercase. I'll leave the shadow and opacity as they are. Above, you'll see a panel with different screen resolutions. Here you can adjust the font size for mobile and set custom breakpoints. Let's save the changes. The style now appears in our list. We can create a style for the body text in the same way. How do you apply a typography style? In the settings of a standard block, open the Typography Settings tab and click the Styles icon. In the menu, select the desired style, and it will be automatically applied to the block. Alternatively, you can click on a text element while holding Command or Control and assign a style using the Styles icon. In zero block, select a text element, click the Styles icon, and choose the appropriate style. You can also add a style for buttons. You can define the text color, background color, border radius, padding, shadow, and hover state settings. In the typography section, you'll find the familiar font settings. You can also configure how an icon is displayed inside the button. Then, when you upload an icon in the block content, it will follow the settings defined here. In the More tab, you can set button effects and configure text wrapping for zero block. How do you apply a button style? In the settings of a standard block, open the tab with button settings. This could be the Buttons tab or a tab with card settings, and click the styles icon next to the presets. In the menu that appears, select the desired style, and it will be applied to the button. Another way is to click on the button itself, and in the widget that appears, click the style selection icon. In zero block, select the button and assign the style you need. You can also create a style directly in the editor without going into site settings. How does it work? Adjust the button settings in the editor, then click the plus icon in the styles dropdown. Enter a title and description, and save the changes. The style will automatically be added to the general list of styles in site settings. What happens if you decide to change a style parameter? For example, if you change the button background color to red in the button style, once you update this setting in site settings, all buttons that use this style will automatically update across your website. No additional actions are needed. You'll just need to publish the pages for the changes to take effect, not only in the editor, but also on the live website. You can also download the styles configured for your website. This is especially useful if you want to reuse the same settings in another Tilda project. To download styles, click Manage Styles and select the appropriate option. A file with your project name and the .tildastyles extension will be downloaded. To upload styles, select Upload Styles from the context menu and choose a file with the .tildastyles extension. Other file formats won't work. The new styles will be added to the existing ones in your project. We've covered how to create project styles and use them in both standard blocks and zero blocks. You can find more detailed information about working with styles in our Help Center. The link is in the description. Good luck.